let's go ahead and get started with the presentation. So we want to welcome all of you to this highly anticipated FY25 CDOT Innovations Challenge Showcase. This event marks the culmination of months of dedication, ingenuity, and collaborative effort aimed at transforming Colorado's transportation landscape. The CDOT Innovations Challenge is more than just a competition. It's a vital engine for progress. It's where bold ideas meet practical application, driving efficiency, safety, and sustainability across our state's infrastructure. The Innovations Challenge is designed to identify and share the best ideas from all over CDOT, while also inspiring just a little bit of friendly competition. The Office of Process Improvement holds this competition to highlight and reward the innovations and innovators that improve our work here at CDOT. No idea is too big or too small, and we just want to say thank you to everyone who submitted an innovation this year. Today, we celebrate not only the winners, but the entire spirit of innovation that thrives within CDOT and among our partners. Thank you to everyone who submitted an idea, to the mentors who guided them, and to the judging panels who faced that challenging task of selecting the best of the best. So now let's reveal the innovations that will help shape the future of transportation in Colorado. Over the past few weeks, our judging panel has had the privilege of reviewing the top finalists who have expertly bridged the gap between concept and reality. These proposals tackle some of CDOT's challenges and pain points, from enhancing operational resilience to improving safety through innovative tool production. Today, we will announce both the runner-up and the winner for each of the following award categories, which are Outstanding Tool Improvement. These are tools fabricated or modified to improve efficiency, safety, or reducing cost. Outstanding Productivity Improvement, which are innovations that improve office and field processes, materials, and products. Outstanding Business Improvement Projects, and these are efforts resulting in improvements for transportation users or internal operations. And then People's Choice. These are innovations that receives the most votes from employees across the department. So I'm going to hand it over to Charlotte, who is one of OPI's interns and who also played a huge role in coordinating this event, to announce the finalists for the Outstanding Tool Improvement category.
Hi, everyone. I will be announcing the finalists for the Outstanding Tool Improvement category. The first finalists in this category are Kelly and Curtis from Region 1 with their project Heated Snowplow Headlights. Visibility is critical for snowplow operators, especially during late night storms or whiteout conditions. And CDOT's old headlights were inefficient and often covered in snow and ice, making it difficult to see the road and adding risk for crews. Kelly and Curtis came up with a simple yet powerful solution, replacing the old lights with 40-watt heated lens kits that automatically melt snow and ice buildup, keeping headlights clear and bright even in the harshest conditions. This upgrade improves safety, reduces time operators spend outside their vehicles, saves money through longer lasting equipment, and enhances the experience for fellow CDOTers. Our next finalist comes from Region 2, where Matthew Stearns found a way to make a tough everyday task much easier and safer. Picking up trash along highways can be hard on the body. Crews using standard hand grabbers were constantly bending and stretching, leading to back and hand strain over time. And Matthew's solution was the trash picker, a simple, low-cost tool made from a nail and a 5-foot pole that lets workers pick up multiple items at once without bending over. This is a small yet impactful innovation that improves safety, reduces strain, saves time and money, and makes work more efficient for CDOT crews. Our next innovation comes from Region 3, where Roger Kelly tackled a common problem that many of our maintenance crews face: dull chainsaw blades. When clearing trees or debris, a dull blade isn't just frustrating, it can be dangerous and slow down a job. Roger's solution was the Gramberg Precision Grinder Guided Chain Sharpener, which lets crews quickly sharpen chainsaw blades right in the field. This is a sharpener that mounts onto the bar of the chainsaw without having to remove anything to sharpen the chain. This tool gives a new life to old blades, saves money on replacements, and improves safety and efficiency for operators. Next, from Region 4, Don Lunsford and Ed Skinner created a simple yet powerful safety improvement, adding a balance point to tall truck beds. Climbing into a tall V-box trucks can be unsteady and risky, especially in icy or uneven conditions, since there is no stable handle to hold on to. Don and Ed solved that problem by designing a balance point that attaches to the V-box ladder made from just a metal jersey barrier pin and 3 nuts. This is a small fix that makes a big difference, providing better stability and reducing the risk of falls, while also improving safety for CDOT crews who use these trucks every day. Our next finalist comes from Region 5, where Alan Kirk developed a smart, cost-effective way to keep roads safe with his traffic warning beacon innovation. In the past, CDOT has had to buy these beacons from external vendors, a process that was expensive and inefficient. Each unit costs about $2,500 and could take over 3 months to arrive. The vendor also used proprietary parts and non-standard batteries, so when a unit failed, crews had to order special components and make multiple long trips for repairs. Alan found a better way. He built these flashing beacons in-house using standard 12-volt materials that CDOT already stocks. Each new unit costs about $600 in materials and takes just 5 hours of labor to build. Repairs can now be made on-site and in a single trip using readily available parts. This innovation saves thousands per unit, reduces downtime, and improves safety by ensuring warning systems stay up and running when they're really needed. Our final finalist comes from headquarters, where Darian Perry used her Excel expertise to transform how CDOT closes out projects. Previously, the team relied on an outdated manual entry form and screenshots to confirm that projects were debudgeted and that all billings were completed, a slow, error-prone process that complicated audits and required juggling of multiple files. To fix this, Darian built an Excel workbook using downloads, custom formulas, and VLOOKUP functions to automatically compile project data into a single financial snapshot. The system instantly highlights issues and eliminates manual entry. The results speak for themselves. The process is now faster, more accurate, and fully auditable. Auditors last year even praised the closure packets for their clarity and completeness. Thank you to all the innovators nominated for Outstanding Tool Improvement, and I will now pass it to Gary to announce the winners.
Charlotte, thank you. Thank you, everyone participating today. Our CDOT Innovations Challenge is a competition, and I love what Sean Smith, our Director of Maintenance and Operations, often says. He says, through competition, we build camaraderie. Well, oh my gosh, we are building wonderful camaraderie. Look at these wonderful innovations. I get the opportunity, wonderful opportunity, to announce the runners-up and the winners in each of these categories. And by the way, I did want to point out that you are building on everybody who's participating today as an innovator. All the finalists, I believe you've all won. This is terrific for CDOT, and it's terrific for our customers as we make government more efficient, more effective, safer, cheaper, better for everybody. So thank you, everybody who's participating today. I did want to point out that we are building on the legacy of other folks. You see behind me some of the innovations from the past. The delineator straightener, developed in 2013 in Region 3, one of our first innovations. One of the winners from one of the prior years from Region 2, the plow blade installer cart. We build on this great legacy that we have at CDOT of improving government to make our lives all better, to help our customers as they are navigating our transportation system. And it's actually pointed out in some books that we have. You see the book in back of me that's called Practical Innovation in Government. In Practical Innovation in Government from 2022, the authors had this wonderful chance to talk with many innovators across CDOT. And they, among other things, they said the Lean Everyday Ideas system at the Colorado Department of Transportation was developed to capture frontline ideas that improve safety, boost productivity, reduce costs from almost 200 patrols and engineering offices spread across the state, and to replicate them quickly in other units that could use them. All of these finalists today are wonderful, wonderful innovations. And I want to reveal our runners-up, our runner-up, and our winner today in the Outstanding Tool category. For the runner-up is going to receive this plaque printed by our CDOT sign shop on CDOT highway metal. Devin, if you could go to the next slide. That runner-up is the heated snowplow headlamps innovation from Kelly and Curtis in Region 1. A wonderful, wonderful innovation. You see one of the comments from the People's Choice voting on this. This is a great idea. Working in the field during winter operations over 12 years and during nights, this will help visibility on our mountain roads with no highway lighting when normal headlights are snow-packed and covered, even getting damaged, even in suburban areas. Kelly and Curtis, thank you, thank you, thank you for your innovation. Thank you, and you are runners up in this category. And let's go on to the winner. Congratulations to our winner in the Outstanding Tool Improvement category for 2025. That winner is, as you can see here, the adding a balance point to tall trucks. That is from Don Lunsford and Ed Skinner from Region 4. I think this comment coming in from the People's Choice voting, and we'll talk about the People's Choice Award later, the People's Choice voting, getting down from the top of sanding units, precarious tasks at best, a cool idea to add safety and to make things more ergonomic and for employees gets my vote. I love that. This is the plaque that you will be getting, Ed and Dawn. Thank you again. And I'm going to turn this over to Devin for the next category.
Great. Now I'll go over the statewide finalists for Outstanding Productivity Improvement. The first finalist for Outstanding Productivity Improvement is Curtis Rathbun's Organization of Electric Tools Innovation. Improperly stored batteries negatively affect the battery life for electric tools. So by implementing the use of locking battery trays and battery storage, Curtis was able to save his team time and money. Our next innovation coming out of Region 2 is Stepping Up Safely. Tandem flatbed trucks are designed mainly for hauling material and/or equipment and not for holding personnel during mobile operations or for stationary operational work on a project. However, some trucks have equipment attached that must be operated off the bed while the truck is stationary. These setups require frequent climbing on and off the truck's flatbed. Current ladder designs and other mounting techniques present an increased chance for accidents while climbing on and off the bed. Walter Garcia designed a fold-away stepladder with handrails that pulls out from under the truck's flatbed. This innovation makes it safer to climb up and down from flatbeds while attaching loose cargo or operating attached pieces of equipment. Our next innovation comes out of Region 3. Over the course of the year, Robert Jordan is tasked with tracking rockfall. This process relied on filling out a rockfall sheet, which included approximate locations and rough descriptions of rockfall activity for the geohazards team to monitor. Using Google Photos and GIS tools, Robert created a map where rockfall could be plotted using exact coordinates. This data was shared with the geohazard staff. Thanks to his creative innovation, locations where rocks are falling most frequently were identified, and efforts can be concentrated in those high priority areas. This process saves time and money by eliminating the need to fill out rockfall sheets, and it improves safety by identifying exact coordinates of frequent rockfall areas. Our next innovation coming out of Region 4 is cable rail posts remover. Cable rail posts, as seen in this image on this slide, are difficult to remove if they're bent or frozen into their socket. Cameron Contreras came up with the idea to use an old fence post puller to help with the removal of those posts. The puller creates a lever that makes the removal process much quicker, and it helps prevent back injury. In Region 5, many small towns are installing speed radar signs powered by solar panels. The provided poles were too short to mount both the sign and the solar panel. To solve this, Jim Gonzalez created a custom mounting system to mount the solar panels above the signs. This was a great example of problem solving and utilization of non-commercialized kits or gadgets. Thanks to this creative solution, Jim has saved fellow CDOTers time and money in solar panel installation efforts. Our last finalist for the Outstanding Productivity Improvement category is out of HQ. CDOT engineering and design teams require direct shear testing for certain projects. These tests were previously subcontracted out, leading to higher costs and longer turnaround times. To mitigate those issues, Mark and Nicholas began performing direct shear analysis in-house. By moving to in-house testing, there was a 75% reduction in turnaround time and a savings of around $400 per sample. Thank you to all the innovators nominated for the Outstanding Productivity Improvement category, and I'll give it back to Gary to announce the winners.
Thank you, Devin. Exciting to announce the runners-up and winners for this second category. There's another book that CDOT has been called out in. It's called A Public Sector Journey to Operational Excellence. It's by Dr. Kate McGovern. I want to read a little bit from her book and then disagree with her just for a moment. It says, among other ways CDOT reinforces a culture of continuous improvement is with the Innovations Challenge. Employees are invited to submit an iFixit form to be submitted for prizes. Criteria for winning includes originality, transferability, conservation of resources such as time and money, and organizational impact. And CDOT invested in its staff as continuous improvement practitioners. I love what she says. It says that CDOT reinforces this, and a little bit of disagreement. I wish she had said Team CDOT reinforces this, because it is all of you who are innovators that are helping reinforce that culture of continuous improvement to help ourselves be more efficient and to help all of our customers out there. So next edition of this, I'm going to ask you to put in there Team CDOT. I'm a big believer in Team CDOT, the power of people working together to make things better in our important mission space as we plan, build, operate, and maintain the very best transportation system in the country, the Colorado transportation system. And again, I wish all of our folks that are competing today could win. Again, I love that notion of camaraderie through competition that Sean Smith often alludes to. And our competition today does yield a runner-up and a winner in the Outstanding Productivity Improvement Award category. So if we go to the next slide, Devin. For the runner-up in this category, it is actually somebody I ran into many years ago, Jim Gonzalez from Region 5. Jim, this is absolutely terrific. The speed radar signpost panel mounts that you had. This again is a comment coming in from the People's Choice voting. It's a true innovation that utilizes non-commercialized kits or gadgets. It took an important problem and solved it. Jim is an innovator of many different innovations in our innovations catalog. Jim, richly deserved. Thank you. And our winner is Devin from Region 4. It is the Removing Cable Rail Post with Ease Innovation. Cameron, I haven't had a chance to meet you. I hope that we do get to meet. This is a wonderful innovation. From the comments in the People's Choice voting, we pulled this one out. I very much appreciate the aspects of innovating, MacGyvering, for those of us that remember the wonderful MacGyver TV show, with all the innovations. The fence post removing device used for cable rails seems like a growing need, as it is a safety barrier that is more prevalent. Absolutely, it's a very important safety barrier. When it's damaged, it needs to be repaired. And Cameron, this is a terrific innovation, making that a much more productive and safer endeavor. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody that was competing in this category. All right, that's two of the categories. For our third category, I'm going to turn this over to Michelle Malloy.
Hi, everyone. So we have a category now for Outstanding Business Improvement Projects at CDOT. And I'd like to I'm excited about the collaboration that took place between Concept to Project, or C2P, and Lean Everyday Ideas this year for this. And we'll continue it. I'm very excited about it. So we had several finalists in the Outstanding Business Improvement Project category. We had the Autonomous Truck Mounted Attenuator, Heather Pickering-Hilgers and Gagan Masson Performance Reporting Management System, or PERMS. Jacob Kirschner had that project. Operational Level of Service Dashboard, Phase 2. That was Ben. I knew I was going to mess it up. Where's Ben's face? I'm waiting to see his face laugh at me. At Chmovic. I can't even say it. I've been practicing it all day, Ben. I really have. And Alina Faraday. Construction System Modernization by Paul Turtle. Material System Modernization, Greg Miller. CDOT Open Data by Gary Alcott led that one. CDOT GeoHub, that was Nell Conti who led that one. Add project and grants to project creation workflow. Dee Perry was the project manager. MLOS Enhancement Phase 2, that was BJ Jacobs. CDOT EV Charging Policy Development, Howard Ray. PM Web, Paul Turtle and Brian Metzger. And implementing CDOT's fiber management system, that was Jose Segovia. And BESDT, which is, in case everybody wants to know what that stands for, it's Behavioral Engineering and Safety Data for Transportation, which is otherwise known as the Crash Database. And ADAP, of course. And ADAP is Advanced Data and Analytics Platform, in case anybody was wondering on that. So those are all, there's quite a few. So those are all our finalists this year for the Outstanding Business Improvement Projects. Are you guys ready to find out who our runner-up is? All right, let's hear it. Okay, so for our runner-up this year, it's CDOT's GeoHub by the project manager is Nell Conti. I loved, we did pull out some from the, oh gosh, Gary, what's it called? The quotes that we got were from the, oh my goodness.
That was from our People's Choice voting.
Thank you, People's Choice. I couldn't remember the words, People's Choice. But we have a neat quote here, GeoHub is life, which I really like. And seriously, it makes a lot of work possible. And so, and Gary, thank you for holding up her road sign. Nell, you'll be getting this soon. So it's an internal online geographic information system platform, and it allows all of the users to explore, develop, and share geospatial data, maps, and applications. And it really does help out a lot of different areas at CDOT. All right, thank you. Very good. Congrats, Nell, if you're on. I see Ben looking at me expectantly at this point. He wants to make sure I'm going to say his name correctly, but I have to say it again. So our next one is the actual winner for the Business Improvement Project of this year. And that award goes to none other than Ben and Elena. So that's for OLOS Phase 2. And I did pull out one neat quote. Actually, there was two neat quotes that I found in the People's Choice data. It says, I work with Ben on the Smart Work Zone Committee, and he is a creative and intelligent engineer. So there's a good quote for Ben. And also somebody said, nice work on this one, you guys. And so Ben, congratulations. You've won this year's Business Improvement Project of the Year at CDOT. Annalena, did you hold up the sign, Gary? I didn't even see. Oh, perfect. There it is. All right. Congratulations, everyone. And
those are the three categories. Those three category winners were chosen by a statewide judging panel of folks from across the state, judging against criteria that we borrowed from the Missouri Department of Transportation that they've used for many, many years. And we have a fourth category. That's the People's Choice Award. During the month of August and into September, all 3,300 members of Team CDOT had the opportunity to vote for their favorite finalist. And the finalists are the folks you just heard about. The finalists in each of the categories that you heard about, we put them in onto a ballot, and everybody had a chance to across CDOT to vote for their favorite innovation. And we have a runner-up to announce. Runner-up, if we could go to the next slide. Runner-up is from Region 2, Walter Garcia. Congratulations, you are the runner-up from the People's Choice voting. Walter, a wonderful innovation, as our interns were describing, to make things safer for you and for your fellow team CDOTers. You'll be getting this plaque for you to be able to put into your workspace. Thank you again. From the People's Choice Voting, very succinct comment, and I think it describes this innovation very well. Practical and easy to install, will reduce injuries, and oh, that is so terribly important here at CDOT to help us make our workplaces safer. So Walter from Region 2, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have a winner in this category also. And this is going to sound like a repeat because it is. You've already heard this innovation coming up as a runner-up in one of the other categories. They won the People's Choice Voting. Devin, if we could go forward. This is the plaque for the People's Choice winner for the 2025 CDOT Innovations Challenge, the heated snowplow headlamps. We've already read this a bit, but I think it's worth reading again. This is a great idea. Working in the field during winter operations over 12 years and during nights, this will help visibility on our mountain roads with no highway lighting when normal headlights get snowpacked and covered, even getting damaged, even in suburban areas. Thank you for making things safer for yourself and for your fellow team CDOTers, Kelly and Curtis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are our winners and runners-up from the different categories. Congratulations to all of our 2025 innovators. I'm going to turn this back over to Laura Rutz.
Thank you, Gary. I'm going to say another big thank you to everyone for joining us for the FY25 CDOT Innovations Challenge Showcase. And a huge congratulations once again to all of our finalists, runners-up, and especially to this year's winners. Your dedication to improving CDOT is what makes this department exceptional. The innovations we've seen today are not just ideas, they are actionable steps towards a safer, more efficient, and more sustainable transportation system for all of Colorado. At this point, we would really love to open it up and see if anyone would like to share any final comments regarding any of the winners or finalists we've seen today. Please feel free to come off mute or drop your thoughts in the chat. But anybody have anything that they'd like to share with any of our finalists or winners?
And don't be shy. I would love to hear from everybody out there, and in particular the runners-up and winners about their innovations.
I was going to talk about, there was a quote that was in the People Choice Awards data that I saw, and I think this applies to all categories, and I just loved it. It says, all of the submissions are so cool. It was definitely hard to pick just one. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought that quote was awesome.
Thank you, Michelle. Any other thoughts, any other comments? I see some stuff coming through the chat. A big thank you to the many CDOT staff that came together to make the GeoHub possible. Yes, thank you, Nell. All right. Well, we have been seeing lots of love and support for all of the innovators through the emojis that we've been seeing. I'll kind of leave us with some parting thoughts for today. Please remember that the spirit of innovation doesn't end here. We encourage you to continue sharing your insights, looking for ways to improve our daily work, and submitting your bold ideas next year. Keep that innovative spirit alive each and every day. We hope to see even more groundbreaking ideas submitted in the FY26 challenge. You can see we've got our QR code, so you can start submitting them right now. And finally, our last slide, if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone on the OPI team, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you for being a vital part of CDOT's innovative future.
Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, everyone.